So now that you've chosen the charity that you believe should receive the donation, we need to take some additional notes to help provide reasons and evidence why this charity is the one that should get the donation. So you should have this template either on paper or on Microsoft Word, depending on how you want to take notes, if you want to handwrite or type them. So up top right here where it says chosen charity, you're going to type in or write whichever charity you chose. So my example charity is the Believe in Tomorrow Foundation. Now, we've already done a little bit of research using the foundation or the charity's homepage and website. So I already know my reason for choosing the charity is that it provides respite and hospital housing for critically ill children and their families. So I'm not going to rewrite that reason again. I already know that. And what I don't want to do is write information that I already have because I don't need to write notes twice. So this additional page is for extra things that you haven't had a chance to write about yet, but you think is going to be important for people to know so that they'll agree with your opinion. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can go through and read about the program or read a news article and decide what you need to write down and what you can just keep reading. So for example, this is Believe in Tomorrow's homepage. So I've already looked at the About Us section. That was the first thing that I did. So we looked at who we are, what we believe. So now I've already looked there. I'm not going to look there again. So I'm going to look around at other places on their website. So I might look at family resources and see what it says. So I see one section says hospital housing. Our hospital housing program is the leading provider of overnight accommodations for families of children receiving treatment at the world-renowned Johns Hopkins Children's Center in Baltimore, Maryland. And then it says click the photo for more information. So I know maybe I could look there. Then it says respite housing. We developed the concept of pediatric, which means children, respite housing and are currently the largest provider of pediatric respite housing in the United States. Our beach and mountain retreat properties operate year-round, allowing families of critically ill children to get away, relax, and reconnect together in the midst of child's treatment and recovery. So maybe I decide I want to know more about their respite housing. So I'm going to click on that photo and see what else comes up. So it says, Believe in Tomorrow's unique respite housing is the first and largest retreat housing program in the United States for critically ill children and their families. The goal of the program is to accelerate the healing process by offering a relaxing and carefree retreat from the stresses of a serious illness. Children from any hospital nationwide who are facing a life-threatening illness are eligible for the program. So this is some really good additional information because I know that Believe in Tomorrow provides housing, but I didn't know that this respite housing is for anybody, not just people who are at Johns Hopkins. So that's something else I could add. And I also didn't know that it was the largest retreat housing program for critically ill children. So that's something else I could add. And I also didn't know that it's to accelerate the healing process. So those are a couple of things that I could add into my notes. So I'm going to open my notes page and I'm going to type my notes page, but if you're handwriting, you can do the same thing. So it says programs, and that's really where this information is going to go. So I'm going to write respite housing right here, and then I'm going to add a bullet point because all of these bullet points are going to have to do with respite housing. So I'm going to say any critically ill children nationwide. Then I'm going to add that it's the largest respite housing program. And I'm going to write accelerates the healing process. And I'm thinking, why does it accelerate the healing process? I'm going to look back and make sure I'm writing the correct thing down. So accelerate the healing process by offering a relaxing and carefree retreat. And that's the goals. I'm going to write goal is to accelerate the healing process by providing relaxing environment. These are not complete sentences. I'm just jotting notes down, but now I know about their respite housing program. And then of course, if I'm typing, I'm going to hit the save button in the top left corner, just like we do for all of the assignments that we save on Microsoft Word. So now I'm going to continue my search. So you guys will have your Symbaloo. You can still look at the program's homepage or their website, and that's probably where you're going to get most of your information. So each of the charities has a couple of other websites or articles written about them that you can get some information from. The bulk of your information is going to continue to come from that home page or the home website of the charity. So something else that I found was that the Believe in Tomorrow Foundation hosts a race, a 6K, called Port to Fort that takes place downtown. So that's a special event that I'm going to write about. So I have Port to Fort race, and I'm just going to look and see if I can find any additional information. So this one is talking about the one that's going to happen this year. So this is May 5th, 2018 at Coke Field in Locust Point, Baltimore, Maryland. One of the only races that is granted access to historic Fort McHenry, which offers spectacular views of Baltimore's harbor. Join us in fundraising and becoming a member of the Believe Battalion in support of critically ill children and their families. And then it lets you select a registration option. So this doesn't give me a lot of information, but I can write something down. So Port to Fort race, it's a fundraising. So fundraising for Believe in Tomorrow. So I could come down here and I can watch this video. Now, I can't show you the video on my screencast because the sound won't play, but if you're watching the video or any video, you can always pause it and you can write some information down that you hear that would be good for evidence or examples for your opinion. So I would continue to do the rest of my note taking just like this. If I come across something, I would see, does it fit into programs? Does it fit into special events? Does it fit into people or places or animals helped? Does it fit into ways that they use donations? And then I would decide, is this a reason for giving this donation to this charity? And if I think it's a reason that people should donate to help this charity, I'm going to write it down. If I don't think so, then I'm not going to write it down. So you have to decide what's important for why someone should donate their money, because you've decided this is where you want the money to go, and you're trying to use this evidence and reasoning to help get other people to support your opinion.